pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tracy, will you please call the roll?
Councilmember Anthony.
Here.
Pascaluty.
Here.
Rick.
Here.
Harris.
Here.
Francie.
He's here. It might be on mute, Dominic.
I'm here. Sorry.
Okay.
Morris.
She will be joining in a few, I believe. Actually, I believe her train is just pulled out.
On route, as we said.
Oh, she is, okay.
Roney.
Here.
Starr.
Yeah.
Walker.
Here.
Wallace.
Here.
President Pietro.
Here,
Four present.
okay. First, we need a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the April 19th, 27 meetings and place them on file.
I have a motion.
Ryan, do I have a second, please?
Second.
Ronnie. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion carries. Committee reports are also posted on the city website. May I have a motion to place committee reports on file?
Motion. Do you
A
want?
second, go on. Thank you, gentlemen. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. Communications, two about seasonal usage. One is the presentation that we saw from the Hudson City School District. And if you haven't voted, you still have, what, 3 hours?
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
Okay. Well, you're allowed to leave this meeting to do it. Not you guys, but anybody. So can I have a motion to receive the communications and place them on file?
I'll motion.
Oh, I sneaked in under the-
All right, Speedy.
Seconds.
He didn't time for the last 2 seconds.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Only that I didn't get there first.
Yeah. Wow, I've never seen.
Competitive.
Yeah, I know.
Our competitive nature
This is
is
very exciting. To see you're all so anxious to participate. Even though it just means signing papers. Okay, let's speed through I hope through the resolutions that were introduced last week. The first one is appointing Commissioner Deeds. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Pascaluty.
Aye.
Aye.
Harris.
Aye.
Francie.
Aye.
Roney.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Walker.
Aye.
Aye.
President Pietro.
Aye.
Carried.
The next resolution authorizes the sale of city-owned vehicles and equipment. Can I have a roll call vote, please, Tracy?
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Pascaluty.
Aye.
Rick.
Aye.
Harris.
Aye.
Francie.
Aye.
Roney.
Aye.
Starr.
Malachi?
Aye. Sorry.
Wallace.
Aye.
President Pietro.
Aye.
Carried.
The next resolution designates the Register Star as the city's official newspaper. Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Pascaluty.
Aye.
Rick.
Aye.
Harris.
Aye.
Francie.
Aye.
Roney.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Walker.
Aye.
Wallace.
Aye.
President Pietro.
Aye.
Carried.
Okay, those two sales of Montgomery Street, parcels on Montgomery Street. The first one, can I have a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Pascaluty.
Aye.
Rick.
Aye.
Harris.
Aye.
Francie.
Aye.
Roney.
Aye.
Starr.
Aye.
Walker.
Aye.
Wallace.
Aye.
President Pietro.
Aye.
Carried.
and the adjacent piece of property. Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Fasciculoody.
Aye.
Rick.
Aye.
Harris.
Aye.
Moranti.
Aye.
Tony.
Aye.
Sauer.
Aye.
Walker.
Aye.
Wallace.
Aye.
President Pietro.
Aye.
Carried.
And the next resolution is authorizing the extra money for the intersection of Fairview and Green. I remind you that only 79,000 of this is coming from the general fund. And with the sales of the various Montgomery properties, we have that covered. Not these two plus the other one, for $80,000. So it's a wash.
So the general fund plus the ARPA, right?
Correct. A roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Fasciculoody.
Aye.
Rick.
Aye.
Harris.
Aye.
Moranti.
Aye.
Tony.
Aye.
Sauer.
Aye.
Walker.
Aye.
Wallace.
Aye.
President Pietro.
Aye.
Carried.
And Theo, a big hunk of it was Stewart.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah, Stewart's
right.
plus ARPA.
Right, I just
plus-
wanted to make that.
Yeah.
And it's, I'd like to thank everybody for their support of this project. It's long overdue, so thank you. We'll reach out to the contractor tomorrow morning.
Great, thank you, Peter, for all the work you put into this.
Thank
Yes. A long haul getting this moving.
Understated.
Okay. The next resolution celebrates June as LGBTQ plus Pride Month. Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Fasciculoody.
Aye.
Rick.
Aye.
Harris.
Aye.
Moranti.
Aye.
Tony.
Aye.
Sauer.
Aye.
Walker.
Aye. Hello?
Yeah. We heard
No, I just wanted to, I feel that everybody should, be able to express themselves and have fun. I just want to, just everybody in the community, just to, be mindful of, just be respectful when, and I'm speaking, just in the past, there just been, certain indecencies like with the parade. If we could just be respectful and, just, this is our community. Everybody is entitled to, like I said, express themselves, but, just keep that in mind. But aye.
Wallace.
Aye.
President Pietro.
aye.
Carried.
Yeah, moving right, new resolutions. Okay, we have tourism board. Oh, this resolution.
The Operation United one, it is the closeout of last year.
Right, it's a closeout of last year for Operation Unite and the Sankofa Festival.
Correct. That was Tracy, thank you for helping me get the receipts, all and whatnot, and that closes that out for the 2021 budget.
Which guest can sit right over there?
In the streets. There we go. You're late.
And you. Where are we? Oh, can I have an introduction, please?
Please.
Brian? Leo? Hey, roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Fasciculoody.
Aye.
Rick.
Aye.
Harris.
Aye.
Moranti.
Aye.
Morris. Tony.
Aye.
Sauer.
Aye.
Walker.
Aye.
Wallace.
Aye.
President Pietro.
Aye.
Carried.
The next resolution compensates the various organizations for the last round of this year's tourism and event awards. Can I have an introduction, please?
I'll introduce.
Amber and Ryan Savage. Any discussion?
No, comment. I think giving up that small pool of money was a really, huge, yeah, so all the work, I just wanted to thank Ryan and the tourism board, of course, for doing the due diligence and really making the hard decisions, because it is a small pot of money this year compared to the last year. And I think they've done a wonderful job of at least recognizing some people, even if they weren't, able to be funded the way that they really wanted to be. So I think the hard job was done. So thank you, Ryan, and tourism board. Art was there too.
Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Vicky, I'm sorry, I
didn't
didn't forget Vicky.
Go ahead, Vicky.
Yeah, just a question. What was the budget, the tourism budget, let's just say, I don't know, 3-4 years ago? Because I wasn't.
Okay. A quick explanation. The tourism board was money that was set aside from the lodging tax. But that has been, and then at one point we voted to eliminate that allocation from the lodging tax. So there was a lot of money in that fund for a number of years, but we used it all up during the pandemic and a little bit into this year. And now this money is from the budget proper. This is not allocated from the lodging tax. Ryan?
And this is much more the way it was when it was the
Correct.
Arts and Events Committee.
When it used to be called the Arts and Event, I've had a number of names, but in previous committees, this was pretty much the amount that was allocated for such events. Does that explain it?
I think it was even less at one point, wasn't it?
20.
It was 20.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I know it was kind of a very, what's the word really here? There was a lot of money.
Yeah.
For a short time. Yeah. Okay, did we do it? No, roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Baskaludi,
Aye.
Rick,
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Francie,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Sauer,
Aye.
Walker.
Aye.
Wallace,
Aye.
President Pietro.
Aye.
Carried.
Okay,
Chips.
the next, thank you. The next is a resolution authorizing a budget amendment for the CHIPS program, which is the Consolidated Highway Improvement Program. Can I have an introduction, please? Ryan, a second.
I'll second.
Amber, thank you. A roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Baskaludi,
Aye.
Rick,
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Francie,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Sauer,
Aye.
Walker,
Aye.
Wallace,
Aye.
President Pietro.
Aye.
Carried.
Okay. Next resolution is authorizing the web services and the redesign of the city website. This was discussed at the technology committee. And do I have an introduction?
I'll introduce.
Oh, there you go.
That's Art, and then we have Amber as a second.
Good presentation, Michael, by the way.
A roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Baskaludi,
Aye.
Rick,
Aye.
Harris. I'm sorry.
Aye.
Thank you. Moranti,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Sauer,
Aye.
Walker,
Aye.
Wallace,
Aye.
President Pietro.
Aye.
Carried.
The next resolution is a loan from the general fund to the capital fund for the Ferry Street Bridge project. This will, of course, be reimbursed, paid back since it's a loan. Can I have an introduction, please?
Introduce.
Amber, a second. Ryan, a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Baskaludi,
Aye.
Rick,
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Moranti,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Sauer,
Aye.
Walker,
Aye.
Wallace,
Aye.
President Pietro,
Aye.
carried.
The next resolution authorizes the execution of a collective bargaining agreement between the city and the Communication Workers of America who are representing our youth center employees. Can I have an introduction, please?
I'll introduce.
The second, Amber. So we have Ryan and Amber seconding. Any discussion?
I have a quick question.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't raise my hand.
Okay.
How did they come up with the longevity figures? It said that 5 to 9 years is 1,500 and 10 to 14 years is 2,000.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Somewhere in the agreement later on down there, it talks about the longevity figures. Are we talking about the CWA?
It's 12.
Longevity. Unfortunately, Elena's not here, but I assume it's pretty much the same as the CSEA, which is our general contract with the majority of city workers.
Okay.
Okay, roll call vote, please, Tracy.
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Baskaludi,
Hi.
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Randy,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Sauer,
Aye.
Walker,
Aye.
Wallace,
Aye.
President Pietro.
You okay?
No.
Aye.
Thank you, carried.
And by the way, I should mention, since some of these were not posted yesterday, there was the city electricity went out and the internet. So not everything was up in time by the standard 1 day ahead, but as you know, the rule actually accommodates emergencies like that. Okay, the next resolution authorizes the mayor to execute an agreement with Creighton Manning in relation to the Ferry Street project. An introduction, please. Come on, a second.
I'll second.
Arthur. A roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Baskaludi,
Hi.
Craig,
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Randy,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Sauer,
Aye.
Walker,
Aye.
Wallace,
Aye.
President Pietro,
Aye.
carried.
A resolution accepting senior center donations. And they come from, let's see, it's just $200 coming from the Hudson Coloring Club. Is anybody a member here? Arthur? Arthur Leroy, are you a member?
No, I didn't know there was a Hudson Coloring Club.
We should go and have our.
It's an adult coloring club event.
Oh, cool. Okay, can I have an introduction, please? Go on, a second. Arthur. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Baskaludi,
Hi.
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Randy,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Sauer,
Aye.
Walker,
Aye.
Wallace,
Aye.
President Pietro,
Aye.
carried.
The next resolution is, happens regularly, and it's supporting New York State and local employees retirement system. And everybody who signs up for it. Can I have an introduction, please?
I'll introduce.
Art and Ryan, second, is the second. The roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Baskaludi,
Hi.
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Randy,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Sauer,
Aye.
Walker,
Aye.
Wallace,
Aye.
President Pietro,
Aye.
carried.
Okay. Oops. Next we have the bills. let's start with a introduction.
I'll introduce.
Oh,
I'll let
I would say that was a tie. So we'll say,
I'll let him know.
You guys should
All right.
raise your block.
all right, it's the introduction and Ryan is the second. Any questions?
I read them all.
What is the Have Inc.? What was that? The first one?
Having, that is for a battery, I believe.
Yeah,
that's
It's a battery for the parking meters.
Battery for what?
Meters.
Meter.
For the
Oh.
parking.
Okay. Right,
Yes, ma'am.
thanks.
The local business, if you must.
Yes. Okay, no questions, roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Anthony.
Aye.
Castellucci.
Hi.
Rick.
Aye.
Harris.
Aye.
Francie.
Aye.
Tony.
Aye.
Sauer.
Aye.
Walker.
Aye.
Wallace.
Aye.
Carrie.
Okay. What we have left here are the proposed local laws regarding the boundaries of the wards. I believe, since Margaret is not here and she is the chair of the legal committee, that Councilmember Ryan Wallace has volunteered to read a statement on her behalf.
Yes.
Can you do it in her accent?
No, my God, no. It would probably sound Russian if I tried to do anything, so. So Margaret wrote us all, and to be read at the meeting this evening. Notice from the Common Council from the legal committee. In February, the legal committee voted unanimously to recommend the quote-unquote least change option in ward reapportionment to bring Hudson into compliance with required equal ward sizes. Following discussions with our attorney, Crystal Peck, and Ms. Peck's written guidance, it was determined that this reapportionment would require a mandatory referendum in November. In our May meeting, we again decided to move forward with the quote-unquote least change option. This will involve moving 75 residents from the first ward to the third ward and moving 40 residents from the third ward to the fourth ward. For your review, we are providing you with a map outlining the changes and analyses of ethnic, racial breakdowns for each ward and before and after the reapportionment, and a draft update to the local law. We need to adopt changes to the wards by July 1st to comply with our own charter. Changes to the wards will not go into effect until January 1st, 2023, if approved in the referendum in November. We will be requesting a special meeting of the Common Council to vote on the updated law and the ward changes in order to provide the mayor with 30 days from approval by the Common Council to approve by July 1st's deadline.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's at least get a, well, we need a motion and a second to lay it on the table. I'll motion.
I'll second.
Art and Ryan. Is there a, that spoke to both laws, right?
That correct both of both laws, and then the other element that's online for anybody is the map of what the final outcome will look like.
Where was that map? I don't know.
Where's the map?
It was somewhere.
But not like.
Previously provided on the legal committee website.
You mean the map from February?
Yes,
That was very confusing. That really, yeah, I didn't find that very helpful map.
that was at that DRA 2020
Right,
website,
yeah. No, I understand where it comes from. It's just not very,
effective.
as lawyers say, responsive, I believe.
Yes, good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Good
Flex.
Hey, that's what you get when you marry this. You pick up a couple of cool words. Where were we? Oh, so we need a motion and a second for the second one, Ryan and Arthur. Okay, so, these two laws will sit on our desk. I think there's a number of questions that people might have about them. I received some in the mail, in email. I don't know if we should bring them up tonight or how should we proceed since Margaret's not here. I will mention, when we're talking about moving, we're talking about blocks. When we talk about blocks, these are the blocks that appear in the census, correct?
Census block.
Does anybody know? Census. Okay. Do we know the number of households in each block?
Probably.
It's not in the data.
Crystal, do you have any insight?
I'm not 100% sure. Margaret was breaking down a lot of the demographic information on it, so I would have to go back to see what she had sent on that.
Okay, and I think we could also ask her to like give a sense of the actual addresses, not the names, but the addresses, so we know precise. I mean, the point is, some people are gonna wake up and find out they're in a new ward. I don't know if that's a big deal or not.
How has it been dealt with in the past?
I think that's a big deal.
Who went first?
I mean, was that you, Malachi?
Yeah, that was me. I'm wondering if, I mean, is this to be voted on tonight?
No, we're not voting on it. We just put it on our desk to think about. And these are some of the questions that people sent me.
All right.
Because it does seem like it would be nice for those people in
Right.
the, who are being changed from ward to ward, know that that's happening.
I think people would want to know that they, that is, I think that's
Right.
important.
I think that kind of information should be on the map. The maps that from February, which I did look at today, are just, little colored blocks. It doesn't really give you a strong sense of what is in those little blocks.
Is it unreasonable to actually just have a mailing to each address? That's like,
You
hey,
can't go knock door to door? No.
I mean, I'll do that. I'm fine with
I think, I agree. And I think if we knew exactly which doors to knock, it might make it a little easier.
So
I
we
just-
don't really
I-
know
I
how
probably
many
will.
houses, right?
Yeah, no, I think it's just
Don't knock at my door. Fine.
for fun.
Are you asking if the city should do it or like the Board of Elections?
I think
That-
Board of
I think Board of Elections makes more sense if we're able to ask them.
I'll have to look into it. But
That's-
go ahead, Crystal.
I'm sorry, I completely, for some reason, forgot today how to raise the raise my hand function. So it's possible that the Board of Elections may be sending it out, and if you want, I can double check that with Ken Dow too, because the change of wards would end up changing the election districts, and it may, in some instances, also change polling places. So in that instance, you're obviously going to get something from the Board of Elections, like most people do anyway, a mailing notice before the elections as to where the polling places are. But if the Board of Elections doesn't send something, I do think it makes sense to try to see what kind of notification can go out there, whether it's something on the city's website also that tells people that there's a change. And the map, that the PDF version of the map, if you actually go into the program, and this is where I think Margaret may have some more of this information, it actually dials down deeper into the demographics for each of those colored block sections too. So she
Yes.
or Steve Dunn may have some of that some of those details.
Okay, I agree. I know it does. But there are a couple, there's been questions sent to me about where that data is from, since it's, it's not clear. And no, I agree. I think we have to wait till Margaret provides some more information. There's a question. Anybody else in the council have a question first?
I'd imagine the data comes from the census. Where else would it? No, it comes from census.
Yeah.
I would also,
It does come from the census, but we don't see the actual census data that shows it supporting that.
Those are just tabs, tables and tables and numbers. Thank God for that. So.
Okay, from the public, I think that, yes, Verity has a question. Or comment.
Yes, thanks, Tom. So yeah, my questions pertained to this. First, there were 2 documents that were provided on the city website. I was at the legal committee meeting last week and saw many of you. And at that time, Margaret talked about a spreadsheet and, said she would share that with the public on the website. But it wasn't a spreadsheet, it's just a chart that shows the results of her own calculation. And so what I was hoping for was an attachment with the aggregate data, not the aggregate, but rather the raw data. So not the aggregated data that, her own calculations in a chart, but rather the public should be able to, assess the raw data for themselves. So I know the data is based on not just the census data, but the revised census data based on, I guess, the state or, revised it to some degree. So just providing us with that raw data would be super helpful, number one, so that we can reproduce the calculations ourselves and make sure that these calculations about ethnicity and demographics are correct. You know, probably and hopefully they are, and then more members of the public will support the map. So I would think it would be in the interest not only of transparency, but public support, you know, for us to be able to reproduce, you know, the results, which is a basic requirement of any social scientific claim that, you know, of validity. Then second, with regard to the amended, the actual law that's here, it's, you know, it looks great. It's very descriptive, but again, because the map wasn't readily available to the public, you would have to try to make your own map and, you know, find the data and make your own map. We don't have the map posted in a publicly accessible way. So if it sounds like somebody said that was posted to a past iteration of the legal committee documents. So if you could post a before and after map, that would be fantastic because it would help add a visual to the qualitative description that's in the local law right here. So those are the things I would really like to see.
The map that was referred to here was in the February, I don't know exact date, the February legal committee meeting. My comment was that that map doesn't really tell you much. It gives you a sense
Okay.
of what it is, but it doesn't really identify it beyond that. You see, it's just a little.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really helpful to have the map that shows the before and then the after that's approved here. And then I guess the third point is that I think it's excellent that you guys are thinking of trying to notify all the potentially affected people. I completely applaud that and figure out if BOE is doing that or not, but it is a matter for the general public as well. So, you know, it's not only the people that are immediately affected, but it's everyone that should have full awareness of how exactly, you know, these proposed changes are being drawn. So I'd really, really like to have more supportive documentation before you guys have to vote on this local law at your special meeting and before the mayor has to sign it into law consequent to that.
There's quite a bit of time between now and the our vote and between
Yeah.
now and the mayor's hearing and his signature. But thank you for those comments. Anyone else? Oh, Krista, you want to say something?
Yep, I just wanted to make two notes for this one and then also for the other law. There was a question as to whether the numbers in this law need to be changed. It looks like the law would actually need to be amended to reflect that the fifth ward, both in the legislative intent section and also in the referendum section at the end, I think it's section 7, to show that the fifth ward population is actually 1158, not 1083. At least based on the information that Margaret had. And then for the second law, talking about the date, I realized that I had not actually amended the title of the local law. So that also needs to be amended.
We can just do that. Doing a measure. Right. Crystal, is that insubstantial enough that we don't have to vote on it?
Yes, I would say that those are both insubstantial. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments about this law before we go on? Okay, new business.
Sorry, how long will it be on the table before we vote?
30 days.
30 days.
No.
That's the minimum.
Our vote is scheduled for May 31st. Okay. It only needs to be on the table for 7 days.
New business?
Hmm?
New business.
Oh, right, that,
Can I jump into business?
yeah.
All right, tourism recommendations for shared streets this year. So it is out of our control completely. It's decided by the mayor's office. Congratulations, Michael. So we have nothing to vote on for it. However, I wanted to just go forward with permission from the council to put a letter together in writing just to the mayor with what our recommendations were, just to recap. It was that we were only making it available to establishments that do not have outdoor dining. That include restaurants, cafes, and juice bar, but not retail or food trucks. Restaurants that do not have outdoors are allowed up to 2 spots and must pay for the lost parking revenue. Cafes and juice bars only get 1, but must also pay for the lost revenue. It's inclusive of these types of establishments off of Warren Street. They must require at least 1 designated ADA compliant table. It's mandatory for tables to be cleared no later than 10 p.m. nightly out of respect for the neighbors. Hopefully that mitigates some of the noise concerns. Hudson Business Coalition is looking to provide grants to get covers for the blocks and plants for the planters, or the cost of the planters and the covers is then passed along to the businesses themselves. The program runs from Memorial Day to Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples' Days weekend, because that's typically the last bout of decent weather that we get. And then we're recommending a 3 strikes rule and full participation if a business, from a business if they have 3 viable complaints for noise with Hudson Police Department, which I believe will help address some of the concerns from last year, because I believe the mayor's office was fielding things left and right. This way, it's kind of an honor system. You've got 3 strikes and HPD says, yes, these were valid claims, and they're just out of the program. We're expecting everybody to be adults here. And then if there is a code complaint at all during the time, then the permit barriers are also revoked. Comments?
Just a question, besides the planters on top of the concrete blocks, will there be anything to designate it in, in terms of like parking, just so that people don't back up into them, whether it be flags or anything like that?
I don't believe so, no. I mean, I think last year, some places put cones on them, but
Last year, they put the block between 2 lines.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But last year, they put it between 2 lines, so just holding 2 parking spaces.
Nope, they're gonna get, if they buy 2 spots, then they put the concrete blocks on the lines on the inside of the 2 spots. And then if you've only got 1 spot, those blocks are on the insides of those lines, because it's 1 spot, we can't afford to give it more park.
So Amber has her hand. Oh, Amber?
Amber, your voice changed.
Oh, yeah. So it's come to my attention that the resolution we passed a month ago for same-age healthcare workers did not include the entire hospital. It only included nurses and PCAs. So that does not include, just so we're aware, food and nutrition, environmental services, materials management, central supply, lab techs, communications, and just some of our non-union people, security, IT staff, our patient reps and patient registration. So basically all of our support staff were not included in that pay raise. And I can't tell you how much their morale has suffered because of this. They feel undervalued. Morale's at an all-time low, and a lot of people are thinking about even moving departments. So I'm wondering if we could possibly pass another resolution supporting them and getting a pay raise as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, yeah, no, if you can work on, it'd be great if you could work on that. I mean, the point is, we supported the union, and obviously they're not union members. But if you want to,
We would have to have them come here too. I mean, I will say the
Yeah,
union,
we'd like to
the union
hear
did a
from
lot of
them.
that work.
yeah, I don't know if they're organized or how they, what they actually, how they can actually. It's not clear how we can actually support them if they're not organized in some fashion, I think. I mean, we can make a general statement, I guess, but let's, if you can work on it, Amber, that would be great, because.
Okay, so part of the problem was the union was aware of the fact that support services weren't getting this pay raise. They're aware of the fact that PCAs and nurses were the only people getting the pay raise. They were aware of that when they went into negotiations with the hospital. So I would like to maybe put out like more of a robust statement next time stating that we support our hospital support staff, maybe something in that regard.
That would be fine, and I hope you will craft that for us. We have Dominic's next, sorry.
Thank you. Well, just in reference to the hospital, I do think there is another round
of negotiations, from my understanding, to include some of the jobs that Amber has mentioned. So hopefully, maybe they'll come back around, with something organized. But I think there is another negotiation for those staff. Question about the recommendation, Ryan. So, and this is a recommendation, but there's nothing saying that something's going to be pulled from the recommendation, right? In terms of.
It ultimately lies with the mayor's office. We do not have the authority. We are not funding it or sponsoring it this year, so our fingerprints are not really on it, other than the fact that we are the ones that have received the majority of input from businesses across the city. But ultimately, it's Kamal's decision.
Okay, so these are the recommendations that we have, but he can pull or add anything he wants, moving this forward. Okay, thanks. Does that change our recommendation if he pulls 3 of our recommendations?
He's on, you can
Well,
ask him.
it's interesting, you should ask Dominic, because a few minutes ago, the mayor had his hand up, but he's taking it down. Kamal, did you want to speak? You're muted.
Yeah, I was just speaking to Amber's point. But Dominic already stated what I was going to say, that there is another round of negotiations for all the positions that were not included in the original.
Right.
That's good.
Are you all good with, can I just get a yes on the letter?
Yes.
We're on board with
So we have to
supporting
vote on
the
that?
letter.
Yeah, we can just have a voice vote.
Yeah.
All those in favor of Ryan's recommended letter? Say aye.
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 Aye. Anybody opposed? Okay,
Michael, you can't say no.
go for it, Ryan.
Thank you.
Any other new business from the council first? And now, what's that? I can't hear you.
Is Mr. Bujan still here?
Yes, he is.
Oh, yes,
How you doing, Mr. Bujan?
yes.
Yeah. Just wanted to know, was there any progress with that Fifth Street project that Dominic was working with you?
The Columbia Street,
Yes, sir.
they did add some reflective material to both sides of the street and both sides of the sign. They also added a sign on both sides. So there was some improvement there. The crosswalk is in the making with the thermoplastic adhesion, and the ramp on the other side where there is not an existing ramp is in the future, also near future. But there was improvement, and I actually, when I drove through there the other day, there was a big improvement by having the reflective strip placed on the sign vertically at full length, as well as adding signs. Now there's signs on both sides, so it's much improved visually from that perspective. But the other pieces are in process and being scheduled.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
And Alec, I wanted to thank you for everything you do, like you thanked everyone last meeting. So I want to thank you for everything you do.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
We have a hand up here in real life. Well, Supervisor Hughes, would you like to speak about that?
Sure. I actually wasn't expecting to come today, and the technology is a really good improvement.
Isn't it?
Thanks for that. That's pretty cool. I wish I was doing under it. Well, if anybody doesn't know that I'm pursuing cannabis business. And what I want to mention to you, I wasn't expecting to do this today, but I'm gonna mention it because I'm here. Is that I've been talking to municipalities on the county level and where I live here in Hudson, is that you guys should be planning now around the economics of cannabis. It's not a matter of whether it's coming to Hudson, because it is. And you guys, I don't know, a lot of you have heard, but there are a lot of businesses talking about coming here. And the way the tax structure is set up is that 4% sales tax will be put on top of the revenue that's generated. Out of that, 25% of that 4% will go to the county, 75% will come to the municipality where the business is located. So if Hudson has a couple of lounges and a couple of dispensaries and hopefully a manufacturing, see, You're talking about generating a lot of revenue for the city of Hudson, but how is that revenue gonna be spent? Right, and you guys need to think about that, because it will be discretionary, and there's gonna be two ways in which revenues will come back to a municipality. There's gonna be the tax that are coming directly from the state, that's gonna be based on, that's gonna go to areas that were considered, hit hard by the war on drugs. And I think, I can't confirm that, but I would suspect that Hudson would probably qualify under that, and that's money from the state. But with that 4% tax, will definitely come back to this community. And what that amount will be, I don't know, but I would assume, just going by Great Barrington, that it could be substantial. And that will give you guys an opportunity to plan around what to do with that capital once it does get here.
Is that also an incentive to consume more?
What's that?
No.
I'm not good, well, I'm not good.
Just a joke, folks. Never touch this stuff. Anybody else? No opinions?
Motion.
Ryan, motion to adjourn. 1 second. All those in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you all for attending.
Go vote.